Hello, good morning. Oops, right, Ted. Made Ted jump there by speaking. Yes, so the big news today is that we have completed the Four Counties Ring, and now we're heading on a little bit further. And because the boat doesn't need to be back until Monday, early Monday morning, so we get to go up a little bit and have a little look at the Anderton boat lift probably tomorrow. And sort of that'll be quite good for photography, I think, just the metal work, all those kind of things that I love. Right now we're just like cruising along. Let me turn you around. There you go. We're cruising. There's the dogs, there's the gang. They're looking interested. Not. What are you doing? Stop it. Honestly. They're a nightmare. No, they're not. They're doing very well. They're doing very well. But generally, Scooter, who's the oldest and you expect to be most sensible, I think he's a little bit senile, to be honest with you, because he's just a bit. He just seems to like be in his own planet. But that's all okay. But yes, so we have done 5 locks this morning. Just done one called Big Lock, which is a double lock, and I've got one of the things I love about this trip is that people give you lots of helpful tips and information as you go along. So I spoke to a lady, we bumped into her a few times at some different locks, and she said at Big Lock there's a cafe, like a pub cafe type place, and you can get a coffee, and because it's a big lock it takes a little bit longer to fill up. So I got there, and you can take your dog in, so I got there with Ted, ordered the coffees. She said I'll bring it out for you, and then I go out and I start opening the paddles to fill up the lock, so Jeremy can sort of drive the boat in. So yeah, sure enough, she brings them out. She said I'll put them on the table for you, and I went great. And then while it's filling, I went nip around, grab them, give them to Jeremy on the boat, and then on we go. But that lock, it was heavy. It was difficult to open the gates at the end because they're kind of like double. It's a bigger lock, so they're extra heavy. I didn't notice the weight. Interestingly, on the lock gate, usually you see sort of etched into the wood, carved, that's the word, carved into the wood, is the weight of the lock gates, because they are lifted in by crane, and they presumably need to know the weight. So Ted, what are you doing? Stop it. Ted has decided that actually he's tired now, having been out and done 5 locks, and wants to make a nest on the bed. Just lie down if you're going to lie down. Don't need to mess it all up. But yeah, we're going under a little bridge. Here we go, look. You can see Ted now being naughty in the background. Lie down. That's it. Where is he? He's crashed. So yeah, so what was I saying? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, so it's a big lock, and the light will adjust in a minute. There we go. And got a coffee and a cake. So now I'm sat at the front of the boat with Scooter and Ruby currently, because Ted has abandoned me and has gone back to bed. And I'm going to have my coffee and my cake, and I'm going to keep an eye out for anything interesting as I go along. My camera, when I'm sat at the front, is always here with me, and I've been putting the 400mm lens on it when I'm sat at the front of the boat here, which is a lens I rarely use at home. It's one of those things that it was a bit of an investment, and then I just don't tend to use it so much. But on this kind of trip, it's kind of been worth its weight in gold. Really, it's been really valuable. So yeah, so that is beside me as well. Mind you, it's probably got all the wrong settings on it, because I've probably taken pictures of like sort of evening time shots yesterday, lower light stuff, so I need to in a minute I'll just check what the settings are, because usually my best tip for before you even start your day, if you're on holiday and your day out, is get your camera ready before you even leave your apartment, hotel, cottage, boat mooring, so that you are ready to go. So you can set your things, if you're setting things like your ISO for your day, weather's like, what the conditions are like. It's quite bright today, a bit sunny. I'm hot, having done 5 locks. The sun is out, it's quite warm, so there's lots of light, so that's quite good. Which means it's kind of faster shutter speeds and things. If I see things like herons or the elusive kingfisher, I tell you what, when you're not ready and you haven't got your camera set, or usually if you've got a dog on your lap, as it was in this case, you see not 1 kingfisher but 2. We saw a pair of kingfishers. How amazing! The other day. But I had Scooter on my lap, and the camera was at the front of the boat, and I was sat at the back. So typically that's the way it generally goes. So yes, so it's worth setting your camera before you go out in the morning. So you are kind of ready to go. Or if you're going out in the evening for an evening kind of walk, again, set your camera roughly right before you step out of the door, okay, or off the boat, as my case might be, because then you're ready for whatever you are going to see. I'm just looking, we're going to go through a little narrow bit. Let me turn you around, can you see? So we've got to get through that little narrow bit, so I'll perhaps stop filming because it might go bonk, 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 bonk as it goes through. We'll see, I don't know. Jeremy's very good at steering the boat, but sometimes it's very tricky. I've done straight bits and a bend. I've not done any narrow bits in terms of boat steering, so I should have done really. Should have done a bit more, but I've been sort of like busy juggling the dogs and photographing things. But it's quite an interesting little narrow bit. This bit is doing very well, looks pretty good. Might get a little bit of a bonk on one side. Get ready, brace for it. Oh no, we're gliding through that effortlessly. What can we see off this side? Let's have a little look. Yeah, so it's just a bit, it's another water, a little bit of a river or something over there, if you can see. Anyway, that's me. So yeah, set your camera before you go out. Don't do what I just done and just grabbed it as I ran through the boat, having done the locks and get into this position, and just enjoy it. Enjoy taking pictures and enjoy the day. You don't always have to be taking pictures all the time. I found this week thinking, oh, it's week 3, I've got to take lots of pictures, and sometimes, like with the kingfishers where they had the dog on my lap and I didn't have a camera, it's quite nice to just enjoy those things without worrying about trying to get that perfect picture, that great picture. So don't put yourself under pressure. That's my aim this week, with it being the last few days, is not trying not to put myself under pressure to take loads of amazing, I've only got one hand, amazing shots, because that could be the pressure. Also I caught myself this morning thinking about being back at work next week, and was there anything I wanted to change, was there anything I wanted to do differently, or that kind of thing. So those thoughts are creeping in, so I need to keep myself in the holiday moment really, and enjoy every moment of it, because although we've done the 4 counties, we've still got lots of things we can see and days to enjoy. So yeah, it's all good. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking and drink my coffee. It should be drinkable temperature now, and eat my cake, and I shall speak to you soon. Bye.